Dumelang, Sanbonani. Greetings, love and light to you all, family. Welcome to another YouTube video with me, your host, Mathix. So, I'm back again with another video for you. And today we're going to be talking about fasting. Fasting, whatever you want to call it. We're going to be talking about the benefits of, fasting and the physical and the spiritual benefits, of course. But before we get into that, don't forget to like and to subscribe if you have not already subscribed, and also do share the channel with other people. For the more people come into conscious knowledge of themselves and who they are, and they begin to become aware of how they move, what they do, what they eat, what they drink, what they think, what they read, then the more things become better for us as a collective, because the individual makes up the collective. So yeah, thank you to all of you who have subscribed and who engage with me in the comments. I read them and I enjoy them. I see some of you have, you send suggestions. I saw a comment today, actually, as I was going through some of the comments. I missed that one. There was a lady who was asking me to talk about luck in Tlandla, so I will in the future video. Some of them, I take note of them, don't worry. So just keep sending these suggestions and things that you would like for me to talk about. And when the time comes, I will get to those. So now let's get into fasting. So now, what is fasting, number one? Well, fasting is a period basically where you go for a certain amount or a certain length of time without eating or drinking water, depending on the type of fasting that you are doing. So now the reason that I'm talking about fasting right now is because it's something that I'm actually doing. Right now I just had a meal, but before I had the meal, I actually went 24 hours without eating. The last time I ate was yesterday around 7. Yeah, yesterday 7 p.m. and whole cycle. And this was very, it was like a challenge for me, because before today I started doing something called intermittent fasting, where you eat for certain amount, or where you have a period of the day where you are not eating, and then you have a window where you eat. So that could be maybe 12 hours of not eating, and then you'll have a window where you eat. So mine was 16 hours. So I go for 16 hours without eating in a day, and then I have a window of 8 hours where I eat. So I've been doing that for a week now, a week or two. And I got into that for two reasons. Number one is that I used to be ridiculously, I used to be ridiculously amazing. I used to have a ridiculously amazing body that when I would, this is just like, now I'm telling you on a personal, it's like, ooh man, like back in varsity, I used to, even from high school, I used to love bodybuilding and just having like nice structure. I've always loved working out. So in varsity, man, like I used to have like just such an amazing body, like abs and biceps and all of this. And so after I had my Kundalini awakening, man, I got taken out of a lot of those things, where the spirit, the ancestors and my guides and my higher self came to me. They're like, yo man, we're gonna need to borrow you for a while. We're gonna need to take you for a while. And so I had my Kundalini awakening, and after that I stopped working out, because I just went through a lot. And during the whole Kundalini experience, I remember, because at the time I was like, having like protein shakes and things like that. So I got like shown these type of visions and like messages about some of the stuff that we think are good, like protein shakes. They're not necessarily good, like I'm a powder, things like that. So I got shown that. So, I left gymming. So I became very tiny, became thin. And then after a while, I started becoming chubby. So I've seen all the different types of bodies, but then last year I was like, okay, I've been thin, I've been a little chubby, and I don't feel comfortable in these bodies. So I need to go back to working out. So I started working out again. And this time I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go natural. I'm not gonna like drink any protein shakes or anything. I'm just gonna eat food, work out naturally. My muscles will grow naturally on all the chemicals that are inside. So that's one reason. I want the bod back. I want it back, like for real. And it's been growing, but I had a little bit of a belly. The belly is the one that's like still stubborn. So I was like, ish, damn, let me get into fasting again. Because I've done fasting in the past before, but it wasn't for like fat loss or anything like that. So the first benefit is that your body changes. If you want to lose weight, fasting can definitely help with like losing weight. Umkaba, love handles, man boobs, whatever it is that you may be trying to, to let go. That's what fasting can do. A lot of people think that when you go to the gym and you just do like crunches, that would be maybe like a 30%, but 70% of it depends on the diet, on what you eat and also what you don't eat. Because what happens most of the time is that when you eat a lot of food, carbs, and all these sugars, your body, it spikes in insulin, and insulin is, it's something that basically it stores, it's used, it takes all the excess sugar and things that are too much for your body, and then it stores that as fat in your body. So now when you go for a long period of time without eating, you affect the insulin in your body. And then now what your body does after a certain amount of time is that now it taps into the fat reserves of your body. So it starts burning fat for fuel, you see. So now that's why you lose, or fasting can help you to lose weight if you are overweight and you are maybe, you're trying to get healthy. So that's number one. Fat loss, physical loss, fat loss. It helps you also on a mental level, because now it gives you that whole discipline. Because to go into fasting, you're gonna need to be disciplined, because you're gonna have to tell your body, hey Joe, relax, no, I'm not hungry now. Sometimes we eat out of habit. You wake up in the morning and just because you're up, you want to eat. At 12 you see the watch and you say eat at this time. So sometimes we eat and we're not even hungry. So when you fast, what happens is that now you're getting your body into disciplined states. You're taming the beast to say, hey Joe, no, you're not gonna control me here. You listen to me, the mind over matter. But then the world is running on matter over mind, so the body is controlling the mind, like eat now, smoke now, have sex now, all these things. So now you're switching up the chemistry of the brain, where now you're really putting it mind over matter. So you controlling the body, that's another thing. It gives you that discipline, it gives you that willpower. And then what also happens because you are not eating, what happens is that now the body is able to tap into other reserves of energy, because your body does not run on just fuel that you get from food. There's chi energy, there's prana, there's all these energies inside of you that you never really tap into, because most of the time the energies are focused in the gut area. So the energies are always there, digesting. So you are always eating. And so now when you are fasting, you are getting into a spiritual state where your mind can travel. And another interesting thing, let me tell you actually, is that we fast, all of us fast without even knowing. When you sleep at night, you go into a fast because you go for a certain amount of time without eating. Hence, when you wake up, what do they call it? They call that breakfast. You are breaking a fast. That's why they call it breakfast. You are breaking that fast. So now you need to now turn that into a conscious thing, where now you are fasting consciously, and you are not just like now using the fact that you are sleeping to fast. So now it helps you tap into other reserves of energy. And it also repairs broken cells. It also, so everything that was stored as waste in the body begins to burn up. It begins to burn up. So fasting also helps with healing. It's good for health. It's good for health. It flushes out all the mucus, the excess mucus in your body. So it's a thing that's good for the mind. It's good for the body. It's good for your health in general. And now we're going to get into the spiritual side of things. Now, as I was saying, you have many different parts of your body. Energy. You have a physical body, you have a vital body, an etheric body. When you fast, what happens is that now all the energies, all the mental focus, all the chi, all the prana, all the energy that is always at the gut area, at the lower dantian, all of that, which dantian is a place where you store energy. All of that energy moves from the belly, it moves into the head, it moves into the upper region. So now instead of processing things, remember they call the stomach a second brain, because even if you look at how the stomach is structured, it kind of looks like the caves, or it looks like a brain. And they call it a second brain for a reason, because there's nerves and neurons in there that are similar to that which they find in the brain. So they actually call it a second brain. So now it moves, all that energy moves from this lower brain, this lower gut region, and then it moves into the upper region. And you know what happens here, right? This is where consciousness, this is the seat of the soul. This is where consciousness is. So now it helps you to expand. It helps you to become more aware. It helps you to become more focused. Your mental agility, it changes because your body now begins to adapt. It no longer feeds itself on energy that you get from food, but it now gets energy from different things. It gets energy from the prana that you breathe in. It gets energy from the sun. It gets energy from, from different parts of you. It gets energy from you just basically now being in a whole different vibration. So your body begins to work differently. And now what that is going to do is that it's going to allow you to tap into karmic healing as well, where now your body is cleansing, not just on a physical level, but it's also cleansing itself on a spiritual level, because now your energy focus is no longer on just the physical body, but then there's a chance for the vital bodies to now also have a turn to be healed, or for them to now get the action, because all the action moves away from just your physical body, you see. So fasting, man, it's a very beautiful, important thing. It needs a lot of focus. I want to, in the future, I don't know when, but I want to do a 3-day fasting. I'm going to get slowly into that. Today was just me testing myself. I'm like, nah, man, I've done this before. I know I can do this. Because sometimes I go into these type of things where I'm like, okay, I'm no longer going to eat meat for a certain amount of time, and I'll leave meat for 7 days or a month. I'm like, okay, no, now I'm going to do this. I like challenging myself every once in a while, just to make sure that I always stay on top of my game. So right now what I've been doing is the intermittent fasting, where I'm not eating for 16 hours a day, and then I only have a window of 8 hours where I eat. So that's been a thing that also is getting me back. And as I've been doing it, I'm realizing my dreams are changing also. Like my dreams are more, because there's different energy now. My dreams are changing. And another thing I will say is that eat a light meal before you go to bed. Don't eat so heavy. Maybe some of you, actually, the reason you don't remember your dreams is because you eat such a heavy meal like before you sleep, and then like you're just there with a full belly, that you don't have that mental agility to like see your dreams or to even remember them when you wake up. So eat a light meal before you sleep. Eat breakfast, you can like go ahead, because like you're gonna burn most of that energy during the day. So this is fasting, family. It's a period of time where you go without eating. It's good for your body. It can help you lose weight. It's good for mental focus. It's good for spiritual rejuvenation, because now you tap into other reserves of energy, you see. So yeah, that's just the 101. Let me see, did I leave anything out that I want to say about fasting? Quickens the spirit, definitely. your willpower, your solar plexus begins to turn, because like now in the solar plexus, that's where willpower is, actually in the belly, in the gut region. So your solar plexus begins to spin a lot, because now it's not just food that's being processed there. What else did I want to say about fasting? What else can I say about fasting? Let me see if I can get a last download for you about fasting. 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 You know, the reason sometimes I make videos and immediately when I stop it, I'm like, something hits me. I'm like, I wanted to add that. Like, I wanted to add that. That's such a nice, that's a very amazing thing. I should have added that. So I don't want to forget anything about fasting right now, that I'm going to have, a crisis afterwards. Yeah, nah, family, I think that's it. I think that's it on fasting. Yeah. Physical can help you lose weight. It's good for your health. It opens up, it cleans your body, it burns mucus, as I said. And then on a spiritual level, it taps into other reserves of energy, where now you begin to tap into your etheric body. You dream, your dreams become more lucid, your consciousness expands, your focus becomes more disciplined. You get into the mind over matter. You get into the mind over matter, and then you shift out of the of being controlled by the body. Now you begin to control the body. So fasting puts you outside of the body, and it also puts you into the body, but in a much more beautiful way, because when you are fasting, now you can begin to communicate. It opens up other channels, other parts of your body are blocked. Now here's the downloads are coming. So other parts of your body, as my higher self was telling me some years back, about like some of these protein shakes or some of the things that we eat, they are not natural. So they block certain parts of your veins, your arteries, and these are channels of information. Remember that you have systems, right? You have a nervous system, a skeletal system, you have a respiratory system, you have all these systems, endocrine system. And now what happens is that some of these systems get blocked on a chemical level, on an energetic level, because of what you eat. But when you fast, it burns all of these things. So some of these channels open up, so you can get more downloads, more spiritual downloads, more spiritual information. You hear more, you become clairvoyant, you see more clear audio, you hear more, you taste more. You feel more. You are more in tune with your body, because now you are cleansing all of these things that are blocked. And so you are able to now become more intuitive. Peace. Love and light to you for blah, blah, blah. Peace. Love and light to you all, family. Thank you so much for walking this path with me. It's beautiful, it's amazing. This has been the video on fasting. And remember, talk to me in the comment section, send suggestions, whatever you want me to talk about, just write it there. I'll take note of it. I see them, and when the time comes, I will get to them. But yeah, much love, family. Enjoy.